Alright, everyone, welcome to episode 29 of Everyday Thoughts. And this is going to be, again, mostly focused on improving your productivity or work and getting a bit deeper into deep work. And I'm going to start off with so-called mindful meditation. I think it's such an interesting concept, and I think it works quite well, actually. So basically what you're doing is, instead of just regular meditation where you're, for example, sitting on the floor or lying in bed, or I don't know, and you're focusing on your breathing, and when you realize that you're drifting off, or that you're drifting off from focus on your breathing, but you get some random thoughts and you're switching over to that, and then you go back to your breathing, so like catch yourself thinking about something else and go, oh fuck, okay, go back. And what you're gonna do is, for example, take a walk or do some physical activity that isn't really taxing. So that could be, for example, like slight biking, I'd say, and or like light biking, not so fast. And what you're gonna do is basically take a problem that you're trying to solve, or that you have in your work or school or anything else, and you're gonna fully fixate on that. And when you realize that you're getting different thoughts about the same problem, or just completely unrelated thoughts, you're gonna do the same thing like with regular meditation, but you're gonna return back to the idea that you had from the start. So instead of focusing on your breathing, you're going to be focusing fully on one thought. And combined with movement, it's going to, first of all, you're going to move. Second of all, it's not going to feel very hard. And third of all, it's basically meditation. So you're practicing meditation, but you're also getting into more into a deep work state, and you're practicing deep work. And of course, you are also fixing a problem or thinking about a problem at the same time. So you have multiple benefits by just doing a simple thing. So for example, you could implement that when you're walking somewhere and you're trying to go on a train, or you're walking to a friend or somebody else. Just 10 minutes of this, and it doesn't really impact or change your schedule at all, but you're getting a benefit from it. And then combined, or not combined, but what I also think is really important and really interesting is setting artificial deadlines for yourself. So most of the time, if you have a deadline, you're probably going to be procrastinating, not doing anything until like the day before the deadline. With artificial deadlines, it's probably going to be the same thing. But since they're artificial and you can make them weekly, you're always gonna get work done either way, because you sort of have to. And by that way, you can just progress all the time. And since you have a deadline, you kind of have to do it. And it's just gonna be like a reminder and force you to, oh shit, I have to do this because I have two more days left for this task. And what you have to do as well, though, is you sort of have to implement a sort of punishment, I'd say, for not sticking to a deadline. So that way that way the deadline isn't just there and, oh well, I mean, it doesn't matter if I get it done on time or if I don't. So you actually have to sort of force yourself to have something that will actually make an impact if you stick to it or don't stick to it. And then what I also think is really interesting is the question, why do we use a certain social media? And the way I see it now is mostly that social media is a tool for communication, but like, you don't need 6 different social media apps to communicate. You need maybe 1 or 2, if any at all. And the thing is, most of the time, if you, for example, have TikTok, what is your reason behind having TikTok? Well, it's fun. But like, is it really though? And then look at the negatives and compare it, and then think to yourself, wait, are the positives really outweighing the negative aspects of me having this app? Like, is it really that important? And once you have answer to that, you can start dialing down your time on the app, or even uninstall it completely. While I think uninstalling completely isn't a bad idea, I just like to limit it to fucking 15 to 20 minutes a day. And then you're actually gonna be like mindfully spending your time on the app, because you don't have a lot of time left on it. And you have to choose wisely, okay, what I'm gonna check out, who am I gonna message, and that, and that, and that. So you're gonna have a lot less of the mindless scrolling. Because the second you start mindlessly scrolling, oh wait, fuck, my timer ran out. I can't even use this app today anymore. I can't message this person back because I just mindlessly scrolled. So I think that's a really good idea to do. To just look at the pros and cons of you actually having an app, and then dialing down on the usage of it. And finishing it off. Read again a bit about breathing. Just going on, and turns out that with breathing you can actually change your immune reactions, and you can kind of control your immune system. I'm not completely knowledgeable in depth on this, so I'm just gonna let it be vague like this. But that's really interesting, and that is also it for today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you.